What's going on, YouTube? Team SC back online here. Got another 3v3 game for you guys this evening. Now I am going to be spawning as the blue Terran here on the top corner of the backcountry. My teammates are the usual. Spec spawning as the random Zerg today, and also Brain Crusher spawning as Zerg. And for all of those of you who don't know, Brain Crusher aka 2 Base Mutalisk. Today we are up against Base Nectar spawning as the red Zerg, Epic as the red Terran, and then also Bunny Boy as the red Terran as well. So we just played these guys, they rushed us, so we're expecting them to rush again. So this time we're trying to be prepped and ready. I believe they rushed us like mass Lings, mass Reapers or something like that. So I'm going to just try to tech up real quick and get some Hellions out to counter as quick as possible. Spec going to Hydra Lurker, not really going to be too ready for the rush, but he doesn't really play Zerg. And then what did you know, Brain Crusher going for Mutalisk as usual, and then I'm telling him, hey guys, get Lings. I mean, we got rushed, but it's not a good idea to tech up if we're, expecting it coming. Also going to go ahead and try to get a scout out this game just to make sure they're up to no shenanigans and see if we can actually scout it this time and be prepared. They do send a scout into our base. Now, for those of you who don't know, this is the backcountry. It is a 3v3 style map. All teams share one major choke point to go up the ramp to get to the main bases. Everyone has 3 expansions, relatively easy to secure. Down this little ramp here off to the side, there are some destructible debris you can break to block off the path, and then require the enemy team to have to break them again if they want to get in here. If you keep going further to the side, there are even more bases. Another 2 down here, another set of destructible rocks that are already fallen that need to be broken to cross through, and then some more miscellaneous bases here off to the sides of the map, along with 2 difficult to secure golds in the middle. So from the get-go, we do have Brain Crusher going for speed. The red team is going to get a scout on it, and that's another thing I did. I'm going to see if it's a little easier to commentate and cast if I just change all the colors to one color instead of having everybody a different color and wondering who's on which team. Now I'm just going to change it. One team is blue, one team is red. Let me know what you guys think. Leave a comment down below. And I'll probably just keep it like this. I mean, it's harder to tell individual players, but easier to see just the contrast of the different teams. So anyways, Base Nectar is going for a pool. So SCV did get the good scout, did see that they actually went for expansion first, and did see the Terran actually throwing down an additional command center right here. Mr. Epic throwing a CC down early. And meanwhile, Bunny Boy going for 2 racks, taking up to Starport. So a little bit of different build from what they did last game. They look like they are going for more macro style play, except for Bunny Boy at this point because he is still on 1 base. But we did get a good scout on this. Now the one thing to mention is that I did go for factory first, so my expansion is going to be a little later. Seeing them expand has prompted me to throw down my command center because you don't want to be too behind in the economical game. But we're also going to have to do something with these early game Hellions and try to get a little advantage going, or else we will be behind since they got their bases up before us. So going to be transitioning, going to be throwing a tech lab down, going to open up with 2 factory blue flame Hellions to try to get a little damage out. Spec got some roaches on the way already, can be going across the map to try to do a little damage and push. Brain Crusher got some speedlings out on the map as well. And going to see if we can get a little bit of damage on Overlord here. Does get scout on the 2 hatcheries, but is going to get taken out by that queen right there. Do have some speedlings moving across the map, and looks like they didn't destroy their back rocks. Lings are going to just run straight through and get some good damage. Going to be taking out the queen for Base Nectar here, and going to be going straight for the hatch. Might actually get it. I don't see any army here to defend. Meanwhile, Command Center just going out for Bunny Boy. Bunny Boy does have a decent amount of Marines, though. Going to be trying to bring them down. Roach is coming in from the back, though, so Link's going to be going in for a surround, and not enough Marines here to actually defend all this Zerg. Does look like they should be able to take out Base Nectar's base, and this is actually a moment of glory for us, considering we got pretty stomped last game. So for us to be doing some damage and actually hanging in there. Lings and Roach is going to be moving up. There are a couple Banelings here for Base Nectar and a couple Marines, but not too much. Got to make sure you get the split, Brain Crusher. Got to try to get the split. The Banelings do misclick and actually go off on the Roaches, which is huge for Brain Crusher. Going to be keeping all his speedlings alive. 1 medevac here, but is not enough to keep these Marines alive. Is going to call them up into the medevac to try to keep them safe. Does try to need to build up his count. Needs to get these SCVs out here. Going to be using them to attack and going to be dropping the Marines down behind him. Smart play for Bunny Boy here. Going to be keeping his Marines behind the SCVs to try to do some damage. Some more Lings, meanwhile, are coming in from the back. But we do have some reinforcement Lings from Base Nectar coming here. Marauder starting to come out as well. And a couple more of the Terran units for Epic actually starting to get pushed out as well. Do sneak some Hellions here in the back. Do get a decent amount of drone kills. Missed the action a little bit. Going to be funneling these Zerglings here into this little choke and going to be just trying to get out here. Meanwhile, we do have more Speedlings coming in. Going to be trying to keep up the pressure. Base Nectar down to 15 drones. So he did lose a couple there to those Hellions, but he still has a good amount. I'm just going to be kind of keeping the harassment on, keeping the pressure. Do need to get some damage done with these Hellions. Blue Flame does just finish now as well, so they are going to be almost twice as good against Zerglings. For those of you who don't know, Blue Flame upgrade does increase the damage output of Hellions to 19 versus Light. I think before that it's only like 10 or so. I'm not 100% sure, but they get a pretty sick damage boost from Blue Flame against light armored units like Marines and Zerglings. So it does look like they are going to be trying to go take out the destructible rocks. Do have a couple of lings here for Brain Crusher, going to be being very annoying. Going to get these huge snipes on mules. For those of you who don't know, mules harvest very quickly and get a huge income, but he doesn't actually snipe it, decides to go straight for the armor instead. Does have more lings funneling in through the front, and good work on Brain Crusher here. Going to be sneaking some Hellions here behind, getting some drone kills. Going to be forcing these drones to split up. We do have some more Hellions here that we didn't pay attention to. Going to be trying to run up and get some more drone kills. So just definitely being very annoying. Taking out a lot of base Nectar's units. Going to be chasing down these drones. And even getting to the Terran base. A lot of drones going down, clumping up on that mineral line there. Hellions doing some good work, damaging the economy. Meanwhile, we do have some Speedlings just running around, being very annoying. It does look like Epic has managed to stabilize and clean out some of these Lings, but we still do have the Hellions here doing a lot of damage, being very annoying, just frying up those Zerglings quick. He's going straight for drones, even thinking about maybe sacrificing these Hellions just to get some more drone kills. They are clumping up. There is a couple more drones, going to be getting 2 more hits off. We'll try to go for 1 more and decide to just back out there and keep the 3 Hellions alive. He does have a Spore Bind Crawler now. It's going to deter any of this effort. And Ling's going out too. If we go to the unit count right now, it does look like 6 drones. We got Base Nectar down to 6 drones, so some good Hellion hits there. Definitely need to be very careful. Hellions destroy workers if the workers got no support. And if you ever have blue Hellions come into your workers, you got to be very careful. Try not to clump them up. If you clump them up, Hellions are faster than workers. They can just get a massive hit. So you want to try to actually split your workers kind of individually and have them all running away to minimize your losses. But it does look like Red Team is managing to stabilize a little bit. Is going to be getting their expansions up, going to be teching up. Looks like both Terrans are opting for bio type play. Do have a tank securing these back rocks as well, and are putting a depot down, playing it smart to make sure nothing comes in through there. And does look like they are opting for a counter push. They did manage to macro a decent amount behind this Epic, or Bunny Boy and Epic down here. The Red Terran force is going to be moving in. Do have another base coming down for Spec. Brain Crusher trying to get his saturator right now. Do have a 3rd base coming down for myself as well. I'm going to be macroing up, throwing in some more factories, and transitioning into some Hellion Cyclone play as well at this point. Going to be getting some armories too so we can get them upgrades going. But we do have the Overlord position here. Do see this push coming. And do need to move out on the map to try to defend this right now. Do have a couple Hydras for Spec and a few Lings for Brain Crusher, but not enough quite yet to secure this base. Is going to get the cancel. Is going to save him 225 minerals. And we do have the Red Terran going to be trying to push up this ramp. Lings need to go to the front and buffer the damage so the Hydras can deal the damage. But does like a little bit too much bio here right now. Going to be eating up these Hydras. This Queen's going down. Medivac's doing a great job keeping all this bio heal, but they are out of energy, so they won't be able to heal this bio for a little bit. A couple reinforcement roaches coming in, and we do have a couple Hellion Cyclones coming in from the back to try to get this army and cut off the reinforcements. Did snap off the Medivacs, look like he decided to bring them home, and are going to be able to clean this up. Don't lose too much, thankfully. Able to bring it back and defend this bases just in time. Those look like Red is going to be going home. Well, that was a good play on them. If you ever get rushed and you're under a lot of pressure, the easiest way to save your base and be able to macro up is to put the pressure back on the opponent and just counterattack, which is what they did to try to derail us a little bit. So as you can see, gonna have to take a moment to get all these drones in the correct places for Spec and Brain Crusher. Hellion Cyclones do break these rocks. For those of you who don't know, Magfield Accelerator pretty much doubles the Cyclone's damage against armored. Buildings are armored. You can actually use Cyclones to lock onto buildings. But you have to manually do this, so you have to make your Cyclones physically lock on to a building if you're trying to just snipe and take out a structure. If not, they prioritize locking onto units. And if there is a building, only one Cyclone, I think, will actually lock onto the building at a time. So if you want to take out a Nexus, a hatchery, command center really quick, you can actually just make it to where your Cyclone doesn't autocast, or you can even have them on autocast. Just make sure you click the C button, and then you can just lock on to buildings and take out hatcheries, destructible rocks really quick. And I actually just learned that pretty recently, so I've been having a lot of fun doing that. I can't think of any other unit I've been going. I always go Cyclones like almost every game these days because they're a lot of fun. A lot of fun and underused. Are a little bit squishy though, so just got to be careful not to get caught out of position. Red does drop his forces back here, is going to be going for this base of spec again. Actually, no, deciding to run up the ramp. Not a smart call on him. Do have some Hydralisks here. Is going to have to actually get out of there. This is not going to do that much damage. Do have the Cyclones coming in from the back as well. Going to be getting the lock on this medevac, and the medevac just evaporating pretty much instantly. Red is losing more forces. Meanwhile, we do have Brain Crusher going in with an army of roaches, going to be destroying destructible rocks and trying to go for the expansions at the back. A couple tanks here and a few mutas to kind of try to thwart this, but not enough Mutalisks to really do a threat to these roaches. Mutalisks do like 9-10 damage per glaive worm shot, but roaches are armored with like +1 armor, so it takes Mutalisks a long time to get rid of roaches. Typically roaches can outlive the mutas and even run away successfully before the mutas can dish out the damage, at least until you get a good amount of mutas. Going to be pushing up the Hellion Cyclones, trying to hit the front again, just trying to keep the pressure on. Don't want Base Nectar to get this muta count that high. He does have a decent chunk right now, but luckily he lost a lot of drones earlier, else he would have way more mutas. But Cyclones are decent at dealing with Mutalisks. Going to be kind of having these guys on the side of the map to just make sure the mutas don't go harass our expansions. If you can get a good lock on with the Cyclones, they actually can take out mutas pretty good too. Cyclones 120 HP, Mutalisks 120. It's pretty much almost an even fight. Except the Cyclones can lock on and just kind of run away to minimize damages. But do have a flank coming in. Bunny Boy and the mutas from Base Nectar coming and trying to get a surround on these Cyclones. Yeah, I am going to be taking a huge hit trying to get these Cyclones out of here, and do lose a good chunk of Cyclones. Mutalisks are going to be going out on the map trying to get a little harassment. We do see this because we do have some creep spread going, getting a decent amount of map control ready. A couple spores in production for Brain Crusher. Not quite ready yet, getting his own Spire to try to deal with this. Spore Crawlers are going to try to thwart these Mutalisks away. Mutalisks going to try to go and get whatever damage they can. Going to be going straight to the main of Spec to try to do a little damage. There are a couple Spore Crawlers here. Spore Crawlers do a lot of damage against biological, so these mutas aren't going to get too much. Mutas trying to go to the Team SC's base, which is me. See, finding a missile turret, meeting up with some more Mutalisks, and just being very annoying, trying to take out whatever they can. Meanwhile, we do have Terran trying to move them through the front, but the roaches are going to do a good job holding it off here. Do have more pushing from the side, going to be moving out. Did transition into tank Widow Mine in response to the Mutalisk play, just to try to deal with the bio and muta a lot better. Hellion Cyclones are good for the early to mid game, but once it gets to point in the late game, they're pretty much useless and just very squishy against late game compositions. So you got to remember to tech up. Terran is going to be going in. Roaches are coming back home, and he is going to have to move and try to bring his drops home because we are pushing in the Zerg and mech forces. Going to be moving in 1-1 mech here, 1-1 Zerg. Mutalisks are unupgraded. Terran bio has only +1. Only one tank here to kind of deal with this. Going to be getting all these tanks in siege mode, keeping the Widow Mines in position to try to defend against the Mutalisks here. Hydralisks going to be moving in, trying to pick off that tank. Mutalisks going to be trying to get on the flank to try to deal with these tanks. Only a couple Widow Mines here, enough to kind of deal with one wave of the Mutalisks. Going to be getting the burrow down on the side, trying to deal some splash to these. Oh, and actually Mutalisks managed to get out of the Widow Mine range just in time. Going to be moving in slowly and slowly, and actually getting the snipe drop coming in on the tanks on the back. The Hydralisks out of position, not defending the tanks, losing a good amount of my forces here. Do have some reinforcement Widow Mines coming in, but not getting here just in time. Hydras do manage to deal with the mutas, and we do have 2 tanks left. Going to be moving up the siege line. Bunny Boy coming out with some Liberators, but well played from them. Going to be having the final reinforcements, an army of Brain Crusher pushing in to seal the deal, and there's the well played there for Team Red. Alright guys, let me know what you think. Hope you enjoyed this. I'll see you guys next time.